So we've believe that's Starkiller when he goes 15 hatch, 14 gas, 13 pool. So hopefully now you at least have an idea of what he looks like there, and should be all good. Let's go into the first map of the series, get the scoreboard going. Here we go. Up here in the top left-hand side, in the teal, representing Alpha Rex, it is Starkiller. Let's see if he's alpha enough to assert his dominance over this player down here in the purple. Me favorite Protoss, a bit of a cheeky player himself, someone who's known to love some sky toss, some cannon rushes, but can absolutely play a bunch of different styles. It is Asuna. I'm not sure where Asuna lives. Hails from China, has been playing on NA forever, excuse me. It still shows up as China on the bracket, though. I feel like Asuna's been hanging out and playing in the NA scene for years and years. So, don't know if you originally from China and for some reason shows up as that, started competing and then came over for uni or what's going on, but either way, it's good. People often ask when I come back from highlight clips, they say, is this the present or the past? Well, I'm always in the future because I'm from Australia, but you can always tell if it's a highlight clip or not by the fact that there's not a big purple font across the top of the screen saying, be right back, you're watching some highlight videos right now, these are some random Twitch clips. But despite that, when I go through my clips, hey, I like it. I do still see a lot of people clipping my clips, which is my favorite part. I go through my clips and there's like a clip with like a whole bunch of views and it's like, oh my God, sick disruptor shot. And I like click on it and it's literally a highlight of a highlight video. And I'm like, that's, damn. There's like text on the screen. It's like, be right back. I'm taking a whiz written on the screen. But all eyes are there on the disruptor shots, I guess. I'm gonna get a much more visible graphic that makes it like absolutely obvious so people can't tell, can't get confused anymore over it. Stargate does come down. Adept on the way. Stalker on the way following that up. And nice, quick, fast third for Starkiller. This is the most standard macro-centric opening we've seen out of Starkiller so far, guys. And it was a 3-hatch before pool, right? Or was it just third hatch a little bit earlier? I think it was just third hatch a little bit earlier. Yeah, it wasn't 3-hatch before pool. I was totally paying attention at the start. I wasn't talking about random stuff. Looking up a picture of Jack Nicholson. I'd never do that. Whoa, gonna dive. Nice drill by Starkiller. Did you see how every single one of them went all at once and then they all stacked up and again did another one? It was really good. It was nice. Very nice. Oracle goes there. And Overlord comes in. Drones there. Drones there. I think Starkiller might do what I call the true. Now, for those of you who've never encountered the true, does spot the Oracle. Not sure if you noticed it, though. That Oracle's out way before Spore started. So basically, the true is where you basically say, I will never build a Spore Crawler against a Protoss that opens Oracle. Instead, you counterattack with Zerglings, and you try to force the Oracle home. Ooh, gets the Adept just before it shades back to safety. Nicely done. And then, guess what? You get away without building Spores. Now, if that Oracle kept flying across the map, it could fly into that natural and kill about 8 or 9 drones. Some would say that's a bit of a dice roll. For those who know True, I'm pretty sure when he wakes up in the morning and he's choosing what color t-shirt to put on, he rolls a dice. That man has got gamble burnt into his soul. True is like the ultimate gambler of Zerg, and I feel like Starkiller really looks up to him. Like, you could just feel in the way Starkiller plays, he's like, I wish I could gamble as hard as True. And you know what? And Omodi actually built Spores. Okay, so if you go full True, you see, he's only an apprentice. True will literally lose 8 workers and then still not build Spores because he'll say, it's fine. As long as I don't take damage on the next wave, I'm still ahead. And then he'll lose another 7 drones. He'll say, as long as I don't take damage on the next wave, I'm still ahead. And he'll try to just move his queens around well, pull drones away from the Oracle, do good reactive micro. And the thing is, if your opponent doesn't get big damage, you can just get a sick head start. And I think the way Starkiller's done it is actually the super intelligent way. Pull the Oracle back with the Lings, delay your Spores for an extra minute, 45 seconds, and then just drone like crazy while adding the Spores a bit later. And honestly, there is going to be the most ridiculous swell of units coming out of Starkiller. I think Starkiller knows Asuna's style. Because this is a grossly good... Like, do you guys know how to counter Phoenix? I know you guys are on 3-minute delay, but guess in chat. Shout out in chat. Guess. I'd like you all to guess it, please. Come on, guys. Some people... I really should stop blocking the production tab with that alert. Hey, let's fix that up. Sorry, guys. Been doing that all day, haven't I? Put it down slightly. Some people will say Hydras. Some will say Spore Crawlers. Other people say make Corruptors. Some will say Muters. They're the most strong of you all. However, you know what would be the absolute best? Drones. Phoenix only have so much energy. You just make 1 billion drones, they don't do anything to you. Now, unfortunately, Starkiller stopped at 61. If you went to like 75 workers, these Phoenix could pick up as many drones as they want, and Starkiller wouldn't even care. The problem here is Starkiller's actually got overlords all over the shop, on top of these, yeah, all of this. So, oh man, yeah, he's actually going to start to take a bit of damage. I think the Phoenix will have to pick up these roaches, seeing how many are coming across the map. But even killing the roaches is still pretty good pickoffs. They do cost 75 minerals, 25 gas. I mean, you'd like to slow down the economy, get the overlords and stuff. Oh, Asuna. People always do this. They move on a little bit too quick after picking up the roaches. He's building a Chad and +1 air weapon. So yeah, he wants to go Sky Toss. Stasis Trap throws some of these roaches as well. He should really pull back. Yeah, he's got to just pick up a few more units here, I think. Yeah, okay, good D, good D. Asuna there answers Starkiller with a large, firm D fence. And yeah, it's a good Protoss fence here. The Zerg unable to get over it. Zerg cattle unable to get through. Takes out a few Stalkers or a Zealot or two. Not really what you're looking for there as Starkiller. And he hasn't started droning behind it. Oh my lord, he didn't drone behind that? Normally you would drone behind that. Starkiller apparently is like, nope, I know that you're going to make carriers. I know there's no point playing a longer game. I need to kill you now. So he's just going all in on Hydras. He's pulled some workers off gas, which is really smart. He's only got 2 on each gas because he knows otherwise his minerals is going to be too low with only 56 workers. So he's done that. He's pulled those units off. And yeah, he's just going to mass up Hydras and go for a gigantic all-in attack. Now, what's really cool for Asuna is even though Asuna's going carriers, he's only building 1, swapping in a Forge and Twilight. And I think he's just going to go for a ton of charge lots. And charge lots, plus maybe even Storm, is just going to do so well. Like charge lot Archon against a big Hydra push. Ooh, get those Ovies, dude. Get those Ovies. Oh, Phoenix rallied in and died. So many Overlords in the open here, and Asuna, oh, missing out on a big opportunity because there's Lings in the main base. Pay attention, Pig. That was only like 12 Lings. How did he kill 10 probes? Sorry, guys, I've been live for 7.5 hours, and I was coaching before that. My attention span's not what it once was. Apologies. I just had nothing in his wall. Massive screw up by Asuna and missed out on Overlord kills because of it. Oh, he missed an Overlord there as well. He's missing out on a lot of free damage right now. And whilst he's building carriers 2 at a time and a 3rd Stargate, his charge got massively delayed. And I think this Hydra attack might hit him before then. Now, if he accidentally flies into the Hydras, it's game. Good reactions by Asuna there. All right. Cannons on the way. Where are these cannons? In the mineral... Oh, they're in the mineral lines. I'd actually really like those at the front right now. I think the front getting overwhelmed is the problem. Now, these Phoenix can overwhelm 8, 9, maybe 10 or 12 Hydras on a flank if they catch them out in the open away from the rest of the army while it's engaging like ground units. The problem is charge is still 50 seconds away and it hasn't been chrono boosted in the last little while. So he's walled off this side really nicely. Oh, it actually screwed up the pathing for a second there. Very nice. Putting down stasis traps. Anything to buy time right now. And there we go. He's just got to buy time. Just pull back. Doesn't matter if you lose some buildings. Starkiller very afraid to commit into that choke point. And I mean, time is all Asuna needs. You've got 3 carriers. You're going to have 3 more in a little bit. Oh, that stasis trap doesn't do a lot. Charge is almost done. 20 seconds away. 3 more carriers, 23 seconds away for one of them anyway. The other one's about 30 to 40 seconds away. But I mean, I think Asuna's fine. If you hold on here, you're good. I think as Asuna, you just pull back. There's no reason to go. Charge is not ready. Asuna's diving like a psychopath. A lot of the Zealots charge to the left-hand side. It's enough. I'm like, oh, that's a little bit over eager. No, it's fine, guys. said, you know what? I'm not going to give you time to add banelings to this because then my zealots won't be useful. Not going to time to have you consolidate. Welcome to Phoenix Town. My name's Asuna. I like sky toss and stomping Zerg into the ground. Have you guys ever heard of the waffle stomp? If you haven't, you might want to go. I mean, you definitely don't want to look it up. But I feel like that was a bit of a waffle stomping from the Protoss player. He was like pushing, just stomping the Zerg down the drain, you know? There's a stray Zergling running around and you just kind of stomp it through the grate. Stomp it through the grate. Give it the old waffle stomp. Usually not used in reference to Zerg, but nonetheless, I think that was pretty dominating. It's hard to break in on that map, man. That's a good sky toss map. Next map is Kairos Junction. Nowhere near as good for sky toss. That area outside the natural is big and wide open. Much better for Hydra pushes. So yeah. Looks like Canning will get to rematch against Ruff. Wait, was it Ruff who knocked Canning to the lower bracket? No. Really? Dude, that would be incredible. That would be... Was that actually what happened? That's a big win if so. And Canning. Let's check the upper bracket while we get into the next game. Oh my god, he lost 2-0? No way! What did Ruff do to him? Ruff 2-0ing him. Canning is huge. I had no idea. That's crazy. Wait, Ruff 2-0'd Asuna as well? Ruff had a way harder bracket than Pilly. No, not way harder, but maybe slightly harder. That's... Wow. Good on ya. Good on you, Ruff. Brings out the rough stuff. But yeah, that last game was like... Those Lings got in and got 10 probes, and Starkiller still couldn't break him with that Hydra dag. I think he was in a fantastic position until he had no scouting and had no idea the Phoenix were coming. I think even if he saw those Phoenix coming just a little bit earlier, this man down here would have just held down... Well, I don't know if he would have. He might have just dropped a Nidus to him. But I think the right thing would have been if Starkiller didn't build all those roaches and just built... Because that caused nothing. It made a few warp-ins happen and forced a Void Ray out. That was all the roaches did, right? They did nothing in that last game. I think if he just droned to 75 drones, stacked his overlords together, built an extra spore or two, it would have been a much scarier game. But wasn't able to scout what was going on in that last game. It's going to have another chance in map number 2. Down here in the bottom right, in the teal, representing Alpha X, he is Starkiller. Up here in the top left-hand side in the purple, the beautiful Protoss. An absolute legend. He is Asuna. I feel slightly bad because Pilly's in chat. There's a few minutes delay and he's like, Pig, stop saying I had an easy bracket. I'm not saying you're bad. I hope you've been here for the many times I've said your player's been incredible and you've been stomping on the ladder. But I simply said that your bracket was not as hard as some others. And that even though you've been ruffle stomping me on ladder, when I've seen you play a few other streamers on ladder, you've just dominated. Just wanted to say that, you know, I was like, oh, I'm not sure how hardcore Pilly's taking the game. Since last I spoke to him, Pilly didn't care about StarCraft that much. And he only cared about his muscles, his creatine powder, and his protein, his weights, his dumbbells. And, yeah. Has that changed? What's the priority at the moment, Pilly? Give us an update in chat. StarCraft or the muscles? For those who don't know, Pilly, one of the typical skinny gamer nerds, when he was competing full-time and playing as hard as he could. Actually, did you ever get a chance to go full-time? I'm not sure if you did. But you were competing a lot while in uni anyway, in college. And then, like, I see him at one event and he's just, like, built. And I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, my. It's always weird when that happens. It's weirder when they were a little kid to start, whereas Pilly was always super tall. But like with someone like Raynor, you guys give Raynor like 1 year, I bet he's like 6'2", hulking like full muscle, and he's just like got like a super deep voice and stuff. Just wait, it's gonna be really weird. It's gonna be really weird for like. There's gonna be like we don't see him for a few months because it's like the off season, and then he comes back and he's gonna have grown a foot, and we're gonna be like, what happened? And he's going to be like, yeah, I don't know, man. And you're like, what? What happened to your your little baby voice. Ah, not that Raynor has a baby voice. Raynor's a legend. But he, you know, I feel like it's going to be weird when he suddenly grows up a lot. We're all going to be very surprised by it. But anyway, random stories aside, Asuna is going for a Twilight. What do you guys reckon? I reckon it's a Roddy build. I reckon it's Glaive Adepts, 2 Stargate Phoenix, or as GGE Mini would say, a trap build. And Roddy would get very upset about that. Claim he's been doing it well before Trap started doing it. Nice. Asuna likes to dive with this Adept. Not only does it ensure you see what's going on, but it gives you a good chance of killing some workers too. Unfortunately, in this case, we damaged 3 workers. We didn't actually kill any. So Starkiller at least sees that there's Asuna at least sees there's drones coming out. That's always useful. And Asuna's going to pull off gas and go for charge as soon as that Overlord dies. It's a charge little in 100%. I know Asuna. I know Asuna well enough, guys. As Pilly was saying in chat, he is a man of culture, and he's going to pull off gas right now. A man of culture would not keep mining gas. Making a sentry? Mining gas? You disgust me, Asuna. Stop it. Play Protoss like a real man. Pull off gas right now. Make a Warp Prism 8 gateways and go. Aww. Okay, so we're going up to 4 gate, but continuing to mine gas. So it's going to be like a charge lot pressure. Oh, no prism. That's interesting. A forge already. Are we just going to see Zealots warp in and just walk across the map? I miss my charge build, guys. I miss my charge build. A massive thanks, by the way, Takarix for the Twitch Prime sub and the gigantic cheer. Thank you very much for the support, mate. Really appreciate you contributing towards the viewer tournament. We're going to get a viewer 2v2 tournament, maybe 4v4. I'm thinking 2v2, though, and really keen to get that going. You know, even if that bar doesn't fill up, I'm always keen to bring you guys certain content. So I'll probably get that going, even if we don't hit it. But, you know, it really pushes me to bring these things out harder and faster and more regular special events whenever those goals do fill up. So as always, I'll never do the sort of, oh, I'm only going to do content if you give me money. Even though I know it's a really good model and it's successful, I'm not doing it yet. I just don't like it yet. At some point, I'll give in and I'll start doing it. But until then, I'm just going to keep doing my thing where if I want to do something, it's going to happen, and I'll put a goal up so you guys can speed it up happening, and we can get a more constant cycle of non-stop action. So 4 Zealots are going to come in. I think he's going to try and drop and snipe the Queens. We've got +1 on the way, a 3rd base. Oh, is this going to... Oh, it's a Haas build. Okay. So this is a Haas build. He's hitting a little bit late with this drop. The idea is you float around, you try to drop on Queens, pick them off, kill Zealots. You just try to be annoying with this. If you catch them there with no units, you actually siege up and warp in another 4 Zealots. Behind this, you're never going to take these gases. You're never going to take those gases. You're going to keep building Immortals and +1 and then +2 nonstop. And then you're going to kill your opponent with 1 billion charge lots and Immortals. So you'll come up here, you'll attack with a bunch of Immortals, a few charge lots, some sentries, because you only need 2 gases and you can make sentries because most of your army is minerals only. And then you'll send another Warp Prism in the main, warp in 10 Zealots. And your opponent's going to go like, whoa, I can handle you coming from one direction with this silly mass Zealot army, but not 2. And then when they're distracted, you'll split their army in half, and your Zealots and Immortals will shred them. So Starkiller's going to hit before he hits the critical mass of units, and as so often happens with Starkiller games, he doesn't attack, and because it's just so crisp and on point, his opponent's like, wait, what? I was the one who was meant to attack you. I wanted you to attack into me. Not realizing just how few drones Starkiller has. Asuna tries to commit to the defense at the front. And we saw this in a previous match as well. Remember, when you're playing Starkiller, you just need to be willing to give up a 3rd base. Like, a lot of his strategies are countered by you being willing to give up that 3rd base. And here we go. Prism Micro is actually going to make this totally fine, I think. As long as that 3rd survives. And I think it will. Oh, a lot of Zerglings coming in. Okay. He's at least going to tax Starkiller for this. He'll kill a lot of these units. A lot of those Zerglings and Roaches are going to go down. No recall for Protoss. So as long as he plops that back down immediately, starts +2, just don't counterattack. As Asuna, move across the map, threaten, don't commit. No, you're playing Starkiller. You're ahead. Take the 3rd. Don't take gases. Stick to your normal game plan. It was awesome. I guess Hydras are coming out, so maybe going for Archons could be good. But not putting a 3rd down and committing to an attack, I do not like at all. It feels like Asuna's going to go all in, and let's check. Is it going to work? Wait, the Hydras aren't ready yet? Oh my god, this map's pretty small, hey? He's got so many Hydras about to pop, and they're not quite ready. This could actually really work. I didn't think there was any chance this would work. I saw so much stuff in the production tab that I'm like, oh, okay, I guess they don't have any upgrades yet as well. Oh man, Starkiller really wishes he kept building roaches right now. Even though roaches suck versus immortals, if you have just a bunch of ravages to help out against that, that would have been huge. Never mind my casting, guys. I'm a shitter. Asuna just 2-0'd this shit. He's an absolute boss. He's a behemoth. He's a beast. Even though I do think the start of that defense at his third was not great, the Warp Prism Micro salvaged everything. Looked fantastic. Ready to pick up those immortals to safety if they get focused, but the Zealots are just utterly shredding. And Asuna showing some toit StarCraft there. Let's double check his control groups real quick. And APM was dead even for both players. Wow. GG's. That was awesome, dude. I really was like, no way he's going to have Hydras out in time. Then I was like, I guess not. 20 more seconds, you get the Hydra upgrade. You get out 13, 14 Hydras in a concave with range. Like, they're fine against that. But as it was, that was a beautiful timing attack. I did my lazy caster thing I do when I've been casting for eight hours nonstop, where I just go, stuff's happening, and I totally miscalled the game. Asuna just crushed it. Unfortunately, Starkiller's dreams will fall short there. I was actually thinking Starkiller was the favorite in that match, but Asuna's looking tight, man. Asuna's been good for a while, has been able to take games off really good players, but like has never really been the